Good evening and welcome to Gaming with Reg Bob. This is the 3 video game collection, part 10. So welcome back. I'm just doing a quick overview of the game collection so far. Mario Tennis, that was covered in episode 9, so I've added that into the collection. Whoops. Okay. Still got the 3 Game Boy games, Game Gear game, some Wii, PS3, PlayStation 2, 3DS, DS, Jungle Book and the N64 game. And also I've decided to keep the 2 Angry Birds PC games. So they're now added in the collection along with the Sonic PC games. So yeah. Got the Wii U up there, the Master System, Alex Kidd built in and that, and the Banjo-Kazooie controller holder. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. So yeah, got quite a big voucher in the last episode. I got £30 CX voucher to spend, and this is the remaining stock or stuff to sell. These few items have been relisted a few times, but all the stuff below, apart from the Xbox 360 game at the bottom there, is new. Okay, so that's all now listed on eBay. So I've got 2 copies of the Call of Duty Black Ops games that CX wouldn't take, so I've got them listed on eBay. Hopefully we'll get some money in free pretty soon and build up the 3 game collection cash fund. So currently still negative, just over £100, but we've got a £30 voucher and we have all this in the collection. So yeah, it's looking like a proper video game collection. So, a few updates. I was working in a new location, Barrow in Furness, last week, and I had the £30 voucher with me, burning an hole in my pocket, so I decided to spend it. They had loads of stuff. So, as you all know, I like a Wii U, hence a previous series of videos that I did a free Wii U game collection. So I added another one to the collection. So this is Just Dance 2016. So that cost me £2 on a voucher. So really happy with that. Okay. I've also mentioned in 2 previous videos when I picked up the Game Boy, because also in that collection I got a Game Boy, DS Lite and a 3DS. So I was looking at getting particular games for the Game Boy. So I found these really good condition, Tetris ones in its plastic case. So I paid £8 for the Tetris game and £10 for the Super Mario Land. So definitely keeping those. So that's two games to add to the collection. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to play any of those Game Boy games, so I think I'm going to list those on eBay and get those sold to bring some cash in. So yeah, really happy with that. So that, with those, £20 on a voucher. Okay, so the next thing I added was another Wii U item. Okay, so I was really happy with this. I nearly missed it because I didn't look on the counter, behind the counter on the shelves. So I got the Skylanders Imaginators boxed starter pack, immaculate condition. The box is in really good condition. The game's inside, so now I've got all the Skylanders starter packs on the Wii U. So going back to the collection, I've got all the Skylanders loose for each of the Skylander games. So yeah, finally got the last one, and that's boxed. I'm going to leave that in the box. I'm going to leave the game in the box. But yeah, we're getting a really good Wii U collection going at the minute. So yeah, really happy with that. That cost me £15 on a voucher. So obviously that comes to £35. So I paid cash. So yeah, I used £30 voucher and £5 cash. And while I was in CX, because I like to pick up stuff that I'm going to play and use, and I love a good retro game, especially cartridge. So I always try and pick them up if I can, especially this one. So I got Mission Impossible on the Nintendo 64, and that cost me £4 as well. So yeah, 2 Wii U games, 2 Game Boy games and the N64, £39 in total, £9 cash and a £30 voucher. So yeah, really happy with those. So we'll add those into the collection. Okay, I went to another shop in Barrow, very similar to CX, but it wasn't as good. They don't, well, as far as I'm aware, they don't do the voucher scheme thing. They just, it's like a cash generator shop. So I had a quick look in there. They had loads and loads of stuff. Could have spent an absolute fortune, but I just picked up a couple of bits that I thought were underpriced, and I thought they'd make nice additions to the collection. So yeah, I got a Game Gear game. So this is called Super Off-Road, and I paid £4 for that cash. So yeah, really happy with that, and they're going for about £7 or £8 on eBay, and I can take that into CX and pretty much get my money back on that. So yeah, £4 for that. So that's another cartridge game. And this as well, I picked up this is £5 I paid for this, so £9 in total for the two items. Olympic Gold on the Mega Drive, so this is the first Mega Drive game I'm adding to the collection. Really pleased with it. Really nice condition. Case is good. Still got the tab on. Official case, Sega case. Yeah, complete as well. The cartridge is really nice, and it's also got the book in there, and it's still got the original Sega little seal on there. So yeah, really happy with that. Okay. So yeah, coming along. I know I spent a bit of cash there, about £18 in cash, but yeah, I've got quite a bit coming, and I'm easily going to sell those Call of Duties. So yeah, not really that worried at the moment. I like to keep adding stuff to the collection. Cash wise, we're not looking too bad. I think I spent about £120 in total. I've got no vouchers left, but I reckon I'm going to get £10 back on those. So yeah, we'll just keep pushing along. I'm going to try and shift a couple of those Game Boy games, like I've said, and I'm going to just have a quick rummage through some of the stuff I've got and see where we go. But yeah, definitely going to start heading in the right direction. And the final pickup was a charity shop pickup in Barrow in Furness. So 3 games for £1. So they had quite a few charity shops in Barrow, but I found them were quite overpriced, especially being so close to CX. So I managed to find these 3 for £1. So yeah, I was really happy with those. They had quite a few games in there, and I was a bit unsure which ones to get. A lot of the discs were scratched and the cases were damaged, so I just picked up 3, and there's a reason why I picked up these 3. Okay, so I don't know if anyone's seen it, but there's another chap that does video game collecting, Retro Ghetto it's called. Okay, so what I like about my video game collection at the moment is the Master System cases, for example. They're all similar, as in they've got the square like old school, like maths paper type cover. And when you've got a lot of them in a row, especially with the DSs, they all look nice and neat. 3DSs, the PlayStation have all got the black tab on the top. All the Wii games are white. The Wii U games are looking the best, I think, on the shelf. Yeah, so a little tip from Retro Ghetto is look at the spines, because it's quite daunting when you're in CX, because you've got a big massive wall of PlayStation 3 games, and you don't really know where to start unless you're after a specific game, and they tend to all be in alphabetical order anyway. But so he pointed out to me and the other viewers of his channel that the Platinum games are all in the grey cases with grey spines on them, and this one here, the red one, Sleeping Dogs, that is an essential game. So once they've sold so many games, they bought out like essential games that you should have in your collection, and these ones have all got red spines. So it's a nice looking shelf when you've got them all lined up. So if they're all red, they're all grey, or they're all, as in the Wii U, all blue. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking out for these and just trying to get a few more so they look nice on the shelf, and hopefully we can start building up a collection of PlayStation 3 games. That's the plan, and a few other reasons as well. So these, even though they're £3 for £1, which is a bargain, 33p each or something like that, they are really cheap in CX. I was going to pick up a couple, but obviously with my voucher, but I thought the best option was the stuff that I bought, and I hope you agree. So what I'm going to try and do is when I do get a few vouchers, if I can't see anything retro that I like or Wii U related, then I'm going to pick up a few of these. They're really cheap. Like, I think this is £1 in CX. Like, you can't go wrong with a £1 game. So yeah, and they're dead easy. They stand out like a sore thumb on the shelves because of the red spines. So if I just concentrate on looking for essential ones, the reds, I just quickly cast my eye over the whole PS3 wall when the red ones stand out. There's just one thing you need to look out for is if you do this, is just make sure that it's an essentials disc as well inside. So yeah, added loads of stuff to the collection. Not really bought any, sold anything, sorry. So, but that's the whole idea of getting vouchers. So we can build on the collection without paying too much. So £19 in total cash, and I think we've got a nice little haul there for £19. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video now, and I'm going to put the stuff on the shelf. So I'll be back shortly with a quick 30-second update. Thank you very much. Good evening.